So hi guys, and welcome to our conversation. Today we are going to discuss the way how you can actually search for new user acquisition sources and how to lower CPI for these sources. But first of all, let me just tell you a bit more about myself and company, so also Andrii will do the same a bit later. So as you know, I'm Elena. I work for Adjust for more than 4 years already. I work with game developers from Central and Eastern Europe, but I'm based in Berlin. Speaking about my gaming experience, I'm typical female audience, so I play Family Island game from the first day of the global launch back in November 2019. And a bit about Adjust. Adjust is a mobile marketing platform which trusted by growth-driven marketers around the world. So we have solutions for measuring and optimizing campaigns, plus protecting user data. What else? Basically, I want to just elaborate a bit more what we are doing. So we track users on behalf of mobile game developers. So for those who are interested in user acquisition campaigns and attracting new users, so we track that users and help you to understand your profitability, your performance of your user acquisition campaigns. And last but not least, Adjust is a subsidiary of Uplovin. It's a leading platform for game developers too. And Andrii, please introduce yourself a bit more, also tell about your experience and background.
Yeah, hi. My name is Andrii. I'm product manager at Arenum. I've been working in game development for around 9 years now. I started as a customer support agent at Gameloft many years ago. So through years I worked on different titles in different genres, from first-person shooters and RPG to slots even. For the past several years I'm working on hyper-casual. Yeah.
Where is your team based, and like what type of games do you make?
So we're a fully remote team. The office is based in Cyprus. We're quite a small and young team. We're less than 10 members now, and at the moment we're working on a really interesting product which is called Scorebit. That's a library of different hyper-casual games, and all of them provide users with real-time PvP matches and tournaments. For the recent years, we've seen that a lot of top hyper-casual games actually fake PvP mode, and users like this. They like PvP mode and tournament and competition. So we decided to provide them with a real chance to play against their friends. So in our game, you can actually choose a hyper-casual game, create your own tournament, send a link to your friends or colleagues, and compete with them in closed tournament with your own leaderboard.
Do they have any chats so they can communicate to each other?
Unfortunately, at the moment, no chats, and actually I'm going to tell a bit more about that next.
Cool. So you mentioned that your company is not that big right now. So what is your structure? How you split tasks and trying to be agile and efficient?
So in terms of the core team, we actually have 2 sub-teams. The first one is prototype team. They're working on the prototypes, new games, and updating of already existing games. And the second one is the backend team. They're working on tech stuff, optimization, and backend server side.
Okay, cool. There are a lot of different models when it comes to prototyping for hyper-casual games specifically. So how you describe your process, how you do it at Arenum?
So we start with the marketing. First of all, we actually analyze the market and the competitors for the best core mechanics. Then we create a simple video creative showing the core gameplay and test it in our user acquisition campaigns. Only when we see that the CTR and the CPI are quite good, then we move on to working on an actual prototype of the game. As soon as the prototype is ready, we add it to our library, we release it on production, and after the analysis of the post-install metrics, we decide whether we keep it and keep updating, adding new levels, new mechanics, or we just get rid of it and move on for the next prototype.
Okay, and how long have you been working on this game in titles, core bit, and like how you came up with the idea for this game?
We've been working for around 1 year and a half, but actually we started with a bit different concept. We wanted to create an application that, like a mixture of video chat and hyper-casual games, so our users can, at the same time, they can have a video call, they can communicate, chat, and at the same time, they can play different simple hyper-casual games. That was the main idea, but when we started testing, we saw that the CPI for this kind of audience is much higher than the CPI for hyper-casual users, and the metrics were not that high. Like we compared the same version with the where users could use the frontal camera while they play the PvP match, and the same version without this feature. And the metrics were not that different, but as I said before, the price for different audiences is really different. So we decided on, it was quite an early version of the MVP, so we've decided to switch a little bit and focus on the gameplay, on users that are searching for hyper-casual games, that are interested in multiplayer tournaments and so on.
Okay, let's talk more about user acquisition and attribution, which is of course related to it, and how it is important attribution for companies like you and for hyper-casual games in general, maybe.
In general, for hyper-casual genre and for us at our stage, the user acquisition is crucial. It's really important, as the main KPIs of our product are highly dependent on the quality of the traffic we receive and the cost of the acquisition. So depending on the return of investment, we can either grow or not. So for us, user acquisition is really important.
Cool. So you're working with the third parties, for example, to help you to understand and analyze your data that you got?
The main service we use in order to analyze the post-install metrics is dev-to-dev. That's quite a cool service for non-tech managers, as myself. It's quite user-friendly, and it allows you to create your custom funnels and reports. You can easily work with the data. And in our case, we don't have any BI team or any analytics internally and externally, so I'm the one who works with the data, so it's really convenient for me to work with.
Is there any plan to build your own BI?
Probably, yeah. As we grow, we're going to do it for sure.
Okay, so you've been working with Adjust already for some time, and so what was the purpose for you to start this cooperation, and like what do you think of being users now?
The main goal was to actually start working on user acquisition internally. We're a small team, so we don't have a lot of experience in user acquisition, and we don't have certain people that should work for it. So before, we cooperated with an external marketing agency that provided us with the full scale of user acquisition services. They managed the ad campaigns, they created video creatives and stuff, but the results were not that good, and the guys were not really creative in terms of the searching for the new sources and the approaches, and we stuck at a certain level of CPI, so we decided to move forward and start working on the user acquisition internally. And for this purpose, we needed to create our own ad accounts in different sources, and most of them require any MMP, such as Adjust. Otherwise, you can't work with them, and you can only work with the Facebook or Google Ads, for example. But yeah, we wanted to check more and test more sources. That's why we actually integrated Adjust.
Okay, and like after some time, how have your requirements changed, for example, to Adjust?
Yeah, so we're totally happy at the moment with what Adjust provide us with. We moved from sole work with the Facebook. Before that, we only used Facebook for user acquisition, and it's quite complicated. You don't have a trusted account in Facebook, and your account is not warmed up enough. And then Facebook can actually ban you for any suspicious activity, and I don't know, they've banned like 5 accounts created by me, and it's really difficult to test. And when you try to unlock a new feature or service for Facebook, they require a lot of authentications, and then again you can be banned for a certain activity, and you can't actually scale fast there without, again, the trusted account, because you need to increase your budget slowly, step by step, like starting from $20 a day, and then you can't actually scale fast with the Facebook. So with the Adjust, we actually now moved to TikTok and Iron Source. That actually helped us to scale faster, be more flexible, and we significantly reduced the CPI with the new sources and new creatives.
Okay, and what is your general approach to testing new sources? Like, how do you choose, and what is important for you?
Of course, what is important for us is the flexibility and the results we receive from the certain source. Of course, we're looking for a good CTR and CPI, and then we track the post-install metrics as well. So, for example, we tried launching ad campaigns with the Google Ads, and we received quite a nice CPI and the volume of installs, but the retention of the early days was like really bad, because the audience this source provided us with was not relevant for us.
Not good, meaning like they didn't come back to the game, they didn't bring any
really
money?
low retention,
Okay.
low engagement and stuff. Like at the moment we discovered TikTok for us, and as you know, the TikTok has a really young audience, and these kind of people, teenagers, they really like hyper casual games and this easy-going lifestyle. So at the moment, this is our main source, which again allows us to be flexible. We can easily increase the budget, increase the volumes of.
So there is no limitation like on Facebook?
Yeah,
okay.
Actually, one of the account managers from TikTok contacted us, and we already had a call. We discussed what else they can help us with. They offered our assistance, and it's like open conversation with them, which is really good. And of course, and the quality. The main thing is the quality of the traffic we receive from them. It's really relevant for us, and the CPI is also cool.
So this audience is very active, and they play a lot?
Yeah. Also, we tried Iron Source, but for Iron Source, the CPI was not that good compared to Facebook and to TikTok. And we also actually had a conversation with their account manager, and they shared the information that the best ad format for Iron Source is playables. So without this kind of ad type, you can't actually get the best results with them. So now we are planning to create a new iteration of the playables based on our main and best performing video creative.
So for you then, it means that you prefer videos over playables?
At the moment the best type of creatives for us is the video creatives showing the core gameplay. It's really short videos, like where you need to show the most interesting part of the gameplay during the first 3 to 5 seconds, and that's that's the best format for us at the moment. But again, for different sources, different types of creatives works differently. So for Iron Source, for example, we want to try playables.
And do you create these creatives on your own, or like you do outsource? Like
no, previously we tried to create the creatives by our own, like simple videos. It may sound easy to just capture some gameplay and then create a short video, but again, the results were far from the best. And then we tried cooperating with the external creators. Guys have really good experience in this business, and they analyze, they really offer us different approaches. And with their help, we significantly reduced the CPI.
Nice, good. So, by the way, speaking about performance, and what are your KPIs, like key performance indicators?
Yeah, for sure, the most important KPI for us in terms of user acquisition is CPI and ROI. We mostly focus on it because, as you know, we mainly focus on early days monetization at the moment, because, as you know, in hyper-casual games, users don't have a really long lifetime. So we are trying to do our best during the first several days. But of course, we're also working on the features that will allow us to increase the lifetime of the users.
So LTV, ROI?
So yeah, it's LTV, CPI, and ROI.
Maybe you can share some metrics that like show off a bit.
Yeah, at the moment we managed to return 50% of the investments on by day one. But we're constantly improving. We launch a lot of product tests, and we are also all the time testing different campaigns and creatives. So it's constantly increasing.
So then it means that you take decisions based on the information you get from Adjust, like how exactly it
yeah,
helps
actually Adjust helps us to monitor the ROI of each campaign, so we can this way we can see how fast the investments are returning, how the certain source and certain campaign performs, how the certain creative performs, what kind of traffic they bring into the game. And we can predict, and at early stages we can stop campaigns that are not actually going to bring any revenue, and we can rebalance the budget and invest more into campaigns that are going to return investment faster.
Makes sense. So what is your next step for Arenum?
At the moment, we're increasing the user acquisition budget slowly. So step by step, we're working on the new features and improving the product. We also, at the moment, we are only acquiring traffic from tier 2 and 3 countries, because we are testing a lot of product tests. But in plans, we already requested opening tier 1 countries from TikTok, such as US, for example, and we're gonna focus more on tier 1.
And like speaking about LTV, so and retention rate, how you which actions you are taking to improve these metrics?
We're constantly trying new prototypes. We add new features. For example, there is the newest addition is the revive feature. This feature allows our users to continue playing in the match, even if they lost all of their lives. So in order to revive, they need to watch a rewarded video or spend coins in game currency. So actually, this feature helped us to increase the average amount of rewarded video impressions per DAO.
And it's also kind of next step for some game developer studios. They open also publishing department. Are you going to do the same, or what is your goal in this?
Actually, we have a bit different approach. We can implement external games into our library. We're already testing several games this way. So this way, for example, the games that didn't show good results during the tests, it can receive a new fresh start with the PvP mode and the tournaments that we provide. And also another model is that we can sell our SDK to external game developers, and they can use it and add real-time PvP and tournaments into their existing titles.
And are you interested in growing your company? So maybe you're looking for colleagues and you can actually tell this and how to apply if they want?
We're actually looking for a game designer and user acquisition manager at the moment. So if someone is interested, please reach out to me directly.
Yeah, help Andrii to work on CPI and so on. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, you can already start. If not, we have some more topic to discuss. If you have anything in mind. No problem.
No questions yet, so
that's okay. We can raise one interesting topic, which is I don't know. It's like this discussion is going on a daily basis in different channels about hyper-casual games in general, if they are dying or not, if this genre actually survives this year or it's going to be down. So what are you thinking of? I mean, I understand that you already make these games, so you probably believe in it. So how do you see the future of hyper-casual in general?
Yeah, the hyper-casual genre in general, it's developing, it's evolving, and for the recent years you can see that even the new titles that appear and show up in the top, they are a bit different from the previous
not
trends.
The first generation.
Everyone is now, I'd say it's moving more close to casual and mid-core genre. So if you take any top hyper-casual game now, you will see that they have either the fake PvP mode or they have the tournament, the leaderboard. They have a meta game. Some of them, like you need to create your own city or collection of the characters and stuff. So it's evolving. I think that, the previous trends and the previous version of the hyper-casual games already did, but the new one is
There's
rising.
Evolution always, right?
It's evolving.
Yeah, the audience probably already get tired of just these super simple games. They already need something with meta, with some story behind. So it's good that there is this movement. How do you think, how small developers can compete with bigger game players? Like, it's really difficult to get to the top. So what is your way, and what is your way of thinking for others? Maybe you can give some advice.
Yeah, for sure, it's difficult to compete against like crazy huge companies like Voodoo, for example, or Say Games. But for the small companies, for the small teams, of course, you need to, if you are creative enough, you can find a new core gameplay, then you can reach out to a publisher, and they'll help you to develop it and provide you with some fundings for nice tests. They will also share some experience with you and push you to the top. But I think that without the publisher or really huge investments, you can't compete with the best companies.
Yeah, that's why I know a lot of small game developers, this is the way how they do it. Yeah, they have a good game, but they don't know how to promote it, how to get new users, so they go to publishers, they get experience there, they earn money, and then finally they start doing this on their own.
When you have one hit, then you can work on your own, then you can create your own user acquisition team, then you focus on monetization internally, and then in this case you can work on the prototype without dependency on a publisher, and then you slowly become a publisher yourself.
Yeah, because the cooperation or relationship with publishers can be also different. There are different companies. So I think it's also just the experience. This is what you can do. If there is any other question, we can, I don't know. Okay, a super clear topic. It's good. It's good. Thank you very much, guys. I think then we just can stop. And if you have any questions, you can find Andrii on his LinkedIn. We have a booth there, so if you're interested, we can talk more. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.